Hi there! Today we're going to be doing an IQ test to see how smart or not smart you are. First, I'm going to go over the different IQ scores and what they mean, and then we're going to go through a series of tests to figure out your IQ level. Okay, so first I'm going to show you a bunch of different ranges. So these are the different ranges. There's 69 and below, which is extremely low, 70 to 79, which is very low, and then 80 to 89, which is low average. These three sections suggest that you would need some support and that you have a lot of challenges with your cognitive abilities. And then next there's 90 to 109, which is average, and 110 to 119, which is high average. And this is where people usually score at, and it indicates that you have an average cognitive ability. And then there's 120 to 129, which is very high, and then 130 and above, which is extremely high. And these two sections, if you score 120 and higher, it indicates that you have advanced cognitive abilities. And usually the people who are called geniuses, they have like the high IQ ranges. They say that Einstein had a score of 160. So just to put into perspective. So now we're going to move on to the tests. So I have a series of different tests. And first I'm going to have you answer them yourself, and then I'll go over the answers with you after. So for this test, you are going to figure out where the next box should be filled in. So just follow the pattern. I'll give you a moment and then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, same with this one. And then the last one. Okay, so now I'm going to go over them with you. Let me grab my markers. So the first one, it was colored here, here, here. So the only box that was not filled in would be this one. And then the next one. So the color green was filled out here, here, here. So the only one that hasn't been filled out is this one. And then the last one, here, here, here. And so the only one that hasn't been filled out is this one. Okay, so this is the answers for this first test. And then we'll move on to the next one. The next series of tests is going to be testing you on your math skills. So I have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I would say the questions get harder as you go down. So I'm gonna give you, again, a few moments to go over them, and then I'll review the answers. This first one. Second one, 12 plus 15. And also, don't use a calculator. Try to figure it out in your head, or you can do it on a piece of paper if you have one, or you can count on your fingers if that works for you. This next one, 45 minus 7. And then 12 times 11. This one would probably be very difficult to do on your fingers, so you can use a piece of paper, or if you know how to do it in your head. And then 72 divided by 9. And then last one, 120 divided by 6. Okay, now let's go over the answers. Let me grab a marker. Let's do red so it's bright. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Hopefully you got that. 12 plus 15 is 27. And then 45 minus 7 is 38. 12 times 11 . 132. 72 divided by 9 is 8. And then 120 divided by 6 is 20. Okay, that's the answers. And then let's move on to the next test. So the next test is a series of pictures, and you will let me know which set of pictures does not belong. So here we have an apple, basketball, grape, and then watermelon. Okay, next we have a book, pencil, dog, and paper. Next we have a flower, TV, tree, and a cactus plant. And then lastly, it's a mad face, extremely happy face, content face, and then just another happy blushing face. Got it? Okay. So let's go over these answers. Let me grab a pen. Should I do a pen? Let's do marker. Okay. So the first row, these are all foods, but specifically fruit. The one that does not belong is the basketball, so just gonna exit out. The next one, book, pencil, dog, paper. school supplies, office supplies. The one that doesn't belong is the dog. Next one, flower, TV, tree, cactus plant. They're all like nature plants. The one that doesn't belong is the TV. And then the different emotions. The one that doesn't belong is the angry face. Okay, so here are the results. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one is going to be the final test. So, let me count how many answers there are in here, and then I'm just going to show you the whole page so you can figure it out. So, okay, I believe there's 8 answers in here. So this one, it's called Can You Find the Mistake? So there's going to be mistakes in each row. There's some rows have 1 mistake, some have 2 or more. So I'm going to give you some time to figure it out, and then we'll go over the answers together, okay? So I'm gonna try to keep this super still so you can see. Okay, got it? Yes? Okay, so let's go over the answers. Let me grab a marker. What color? Let's do green. Okay, so this first row is the alphabet. So the mistake would be right here. The N and M are switched. And then there's also another mistake, which is right here. T and S are switched. This one should be pretty easy since it's just the alphabet. And then the second one, so the pattern is 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, and then 3. So the mistake would be right there. And then the next one is numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So the mistake is right here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So another mistake. The next one, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the mistake is right here. And then for this last one, they're all letter G's except for that one. It's a letter P. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers, and I said there was 8 answers on here. So if you haven't found the last mistake yet, I'm giving you a moment and then I will point it out. Okay, so the last mistake is up here. If you read the title, it's can you find the mistake? So there's double plus. Got it? Okay. So that is all the tests for today. Let me go over your answers and then I will give you your score. So. Okay, I'm going to calculate your score. So you got everything correct. So I'm going to rank you with the IQ range of 130 and above, which means you are in the IQ classification of extremely high and you're basically a genius. Okay, so I'm glad you did so well on those tests today, and I hope you also had fun doing them. Bye.